René Magritte, you know the guy. The one with the pipe that's not a pipe. Yep, that's him. Today we're going where he wouldn't want us to, into the dark meanings behind his paintings. But first, the man behind the mystery. Magritte hated psychoanalysis. He probably wanted his paintings to stay mysterious, letting you, the viewer, decide what they mean without his own subconscious spilling the beans. In this video, we're doing exactly what Magritte wouldn't want, psychoanalyzing his art. René Magritte, born in 1898 and passing away in 1967, was a Belgian surrealist painter with a flair for the mysterious and bizarre. Magritte was a quirky man and a major player in surrealism. Surrealists loved tapping into the subconscious, using dreams and random doodles to unlock creativity. As a kid, Magritte loved comics and movies, but his life took a dark turn when he was 14 years old. His mother made a series of suicide attempts, causing her husband to lock her in a bedroom which she escaped from at one point and was missing for days, until her dead body was discovered close to a nearby river. The young René had watched as they dragged her lifeless corpse from the water with her nightgown wrapped around her face. That incident and other traumas related to his mother's illness greatly influenced his work. Magritte's childhood was marked by instability, relocation, financial problems caused by his father's bad investments, and his mother's dramatic death. No matter what kind of traumatic experience a child suffers, it will follow him like a ghost, influencing every part of his life. In 1915, Magritte ditched his studies and moved to Brussels, near the Fine Arts School, to dive into painting. He started out with an impressionist style, but quickly showed a knack for being cheeky and rebellious. At the Academy, Magritte explored Cubism, Futurism, and the Dada movement in the early 1920s. But the real game changer came in 1926 when he painted The Lost Jockey, his first surrealist piece. Magritte then joined the newly formed group of Belgian surrealists and later moved to Paris. In 1927, he connected with the surrealist group, including André Breton, Salvador Dali, and Yves Tanguy. Unlike his surrealist buddies, Magritte wasn't into psychoanalysis and automatic writing, which André Breton loved. Instead, he focused on symbols, mysterious and metaphorical images, and even threw in some humor. Magritte's paintings, often like puzzles, blur the lines between reality and the mind's eye. His works typically offer dual interpretations and are packed with layered images. Now we'll move over to The Sinister Secrets of the Lovers. Most people don't realize that René Magritte's painting, The Lovers, is actually the start of a series of 4 paintings, all created in 1928. Each painting in this series shares the same title, distinguished by Roman numerals. The first painting. René Magritte paints a couple sharing a kiss through a white sheet covering their heads. You can only tell their genders by their clothes, the woman in a red dress and the man in a black suit. Magritte doesn't give us much to go on about where this smooch is happening. The tight, cinematic close-up on their heads leaves us in the dark about their location. This cinematic style is no accident. Magritte was a movie buff from a young age. The couple takes up the whole canvas right in the foreground, like a dramatic scene from a romantic film. Only a few background clues hint at the setting. Maybe they're at the entrance of a house with a stormy sky looming in the distance. The sparse background and framing keep our eyes glued to this mysterious pair. Many believe Magritte's inspiration for his works lovers was his witness of his mother being pulled from the river. Psychoanalysts think that this experience created contradictory feelings in Magritte. To see or not to see, to love or not to love, to be afraid or not to be afraid. The second painting. Magritte's The Lovers No. 2 features a similar scene, a couple with their faces covered by white sheets. This time they're not kissing but standing side by side, posing as if for a photo. The composition is strikingly simple, yet deeply evocative. The two figures are centrally placed, their heads inclined towards each other, suggesting an attempt at closeness. The background is dark and undefined, putting the focus entirely on the figures and heightening the sense of isolation and mystery. In The Lovers Number 3, Magritte lets us see the couple's faces. But here's the kicker. The man has no body, just a floating head above the woman's shoulder. Talk about creepy. This painting delves into themes of identity and perception. The disembodied man and the window frame suggest a barrier to understanding and connection. It raises questions about the nature of love and the unseen aspects of our relationships. The final painting, The Lovers Number 4, shows the same couple again. The woman is sitting on a rock, but surprise, the man still has no body, just a head floating in midair. This painting explores themes of incomplete identity and the barriers to intimacy. The disembodied man suggests a lack of physical presence, emphasizing emotional or psychological distance. The woman's passive pose further underscores the theme of unattainable connection. The man's floating head can symbolize the elusive nature of human relationships, where parts of one's identity remain hidden or disconnected. This aligns with Magritte's broader exploration of reality versus illusion, challenging the viewer to question what is seen versus what is known. This series is a real head-scratcher, adding layers of mystery to The Lovers, which already has the art world buzzing with questions. René Magritte was the master of metaphors, turning everyday objects into riddles. In The Lovers, the key element is the white sheet covering the faces of the kissing couple. Without it, the painting would lose its enigmatic charm. These white sheets are what give the painting its punch. They're the reason we stop and stare, wondering what's going on beneath. Some critics link them to the veil over Magritte's mother's face after her tragic drowning. Let's also look at this painting as a puzzle, much like Magritte's other famous works. The sheet blocking the lovers' faces could symbolize blind love, secret love, or even a completely unconscious and irrational desire. Maybe Magritte is hinting that love should be blind, that true connection happens without seeing, or the sheet could represent the mysterious allure lovers have for each other. These covered faces open up endless possibilities for interpretation. Magritte himself believed that explaining his art would ruin the mystery, which is what makes it so intriguing. He wanted viewers to find their own meanings in his work. So, let the mystery be and find the meaning that speaks to you.